Ladies, what if I told you that the secret to attracting the right man isn't doing more? It's saying no. Today, I'm revealing the 5 things smart women refuse, and how these refusals make the right man chase you, not the other way around. A smart woman understands that self-respect is not negotiable. She knows that the foundation of any meaningful relationship is built not on constant compromise or blind devotion, but on a firm sense of who she is and what she deserves. From the very beginning, she establishes her boundaries, clearly defining what is acceptable and what is not. This clarity is not meant to intimidate or push people away. Rather, it serves as a magnet that draws those who genuinely respect and value her. Self-respect manifests in countless small decisions every day, from how she speaks to herself, to how she allows others to treat her, to the standards she sets for the people she allows into her life. A woman who maintains her dignity does not seek validation from others because she already recognizes her inherent worth. She does not bend or twist herself to meet someone else's expectations, nor does she settle for superficial affection or attention that undermines her sense of self. She understands that the energy she invests in relationships must be reciprocal, balanced, and nurturing. If a man cannot meet her on that level, she has the wisdom to step back, not out of anger, but out of self-preservation and foresight. Her refusal to compromise is not arrogance. It is an assertion of her values. In social settings, this woman exudes confidence, not through loud declarations, but through quiet composure and consistency in her actions. People notice the way she carries herself, the respect she commands naturally, and the way her presence influences those around her. This subtle power is far more compelling than any overt attempt to impress. When confronted with situations that challenge her principles, she does not react impulsively or out of fear of losing affection. Instead, she responds thoughtfully, weighing the consequences of her choices and staying true to her core beliefs. Her refusal to accept disrespectful behavior sends a clear message: her time, energy, and love are not commodities to be taken for granted. It is this unwavering stance that separates fleeting attraction from genuine admiration. Men are instinctively drawn to women who recognize their worth because it reflects a stability and maturity that many seek but few find. A smart woman also understands the importance of emotional intelligence in maintaining her self-respect. She does not allow herself to be manipulated through guilt, fear, or coercion. She recognizes when someone attempts to exploit her kindness or patience, and she counters this with calm, firm boundaries. By refusing to tolerate manipulation, she protects her mental and emotional well-being, ensuring that any relationship she invests in is based on honesty, equality, and mutual respect. Furthermore, she cultivates her passions, skills, and ambitions outside of relationships, knowing that a fulfilled life is inherently attractive. Her independence is not a threat to a partner. It is a testament to her completeness as an individual. A man drawn to such a woman is not seeking to fill a void or control her. He is seeking a partnership that elevates both individuals. She also practices discernment in her social and romantic choices. She does not settle for empty flattery or superficial charm, nor does she fall prey to the illusion of love based solely on appearance or convenience. Instead, she evaluates compatibility, values, and intentions with care. When she says no to situations or people that do not align with her principles, she is not rejecting connection. She is creating the conditions for authentic and meaningful relationships to flourish. This discernment requires courage, for it is easier to acquiesce or compromise than to stand firm. Yet, she understands that short-term discomfort is far preferable to long-term regret. A smart woman also recognizes the subtle ways in which societal pressures can erode self-respect, particularly regarding gender roles, expectations in romance, and the notion that a woman must always accommodate a man's desires. She refuses to internalize these pressures, choosing instead to define her own standards. She celebrates her individuality and refuses to diminish herself for acceptance or approval. Her self-respect is reflected not only in her interactions with men, but in all areas of life, from family and friends to colleagues and acquaintances. This consistency reinforces her credibility and the seriousness with which others regard her boundaries. Importantly, she models the behavior she expects from others. By treating herself with kindness, patience, and integrity, she sets a precedent for how she will allow others to treat her. She does not demand respect through confrontation or aggression. She earns it through self-assured conduct and unwavering principles. The act of refusing to compromise self-respect often requires confronting uncomfortable truths. She may need to acknowledge relationships or behaviors that are not serving her, and she must be willing to step away when necessary. This process is not easy, as it often involves letting go of attachment, affection, or familiarity that no longer aligns with her values. However, she understands that true strength lies in prioritizing her dignity over fleeting comfort. In doing so, she demonstrates an important lesson not only to men but to everyone in her sphere that self-worth is paramount and non-negotiable. She inspires others to reflect on their own standards, showing that healthy relationships are built on mutual respect rather than dependency or compromise. Moreover, a smart woman is strategic in how she communicates her boundaries. She does so with grace, clarity, and firmness, ensuring that her message is understood without hostility. This approach attracts men who are capable of respecting and honoring her limits, while naturally filtering out those who are unwilling or incapable. Her refusal to compromise self-respect is intertwined with self-awareness. She understands her triggers, her strengths, and her vulnerabilities, and she navigates relationships with this insight. This awareness allows her to maintain balance between openness and protection, affection and discernment. It is this combination of self-respect, emotional intelligence, independence, and strategic communication that makes her not only attractive, but magnetic to the right man. She does not chase, she attracts. She does not beg, she commands respect. She does not settle, she creates the conditions for love that is reciprocal, empowering, and enduring. By refusing to compromise her self-respect, she demonstrates that her love is not cheap, her time is valuable, and her energy is sacred. This principle becomes the cornerstone of her interactions, guiding decisions in dating, friendship, family dynamics, and professional relationships. The men who are drawn to her recognize the rarity of a woman who knows her worth and stands by it unwaveringly. They are drawn not only to her beauty or charm, but to the strength, intelligence, and integrity she embodies. Her refusal to compromise self-respect sets the standard for all future relationships, ensuring that she attracts partners who are capable of genuine admiration, loyalty, and love. In essence, a smart woman's refusal to compromise self-respect is not an act of defiance. It is an affirmation of her value, a commitment to herself, and an invitation to the right man to engage with her on a level of authenticity and equality that transcends superficial attraction. It is the quiet, steadfast power that shapes her relationships, commands respect, and creates the conditions for love that is meaningful, lasting, and truly fulfilling. Saying no to the wrong things is one of the most powerful tools a smart woman possesses when it comes to attracting the right man. It is a conscious choice that requires self-awareness, courage, and clarity of purpose. Many women underestimate the magnetic effect of refusal, thinking that constant compliance or agreement is the path to being liked or loved. In reality, the act of saying no when something does not align with her values, needs, or desires establishes boundaries that are both attractive and necessary. A smart woman understands that her life is her own, and that her time, energy, and emotions are valuable resources that should be invested wisely. She refuses to be drawn into situations, conversations, or relationships that compromise her integrity or diminish her sense of self. This refusal is not born out of stubbornness or pride. Rather, it is an informed, deliberate decision that communicates to others that she knows her worth and will not settle for anything less than what is right for her. Saying no serves as a filter, allowing only those who respect her boundaries and intentions to enter her life. It automatically weeds out individuals who are not willing to meet her on equal footing, who seek to take advantage of her generosity, or who fail to appreciate the depth of her character. In this sense, refusal is not a barrier to connection, but a gateway to meaningful relationships. It is an invitation to the right man, signaling that she is selective, discerning, and committed to her principles. A smart woman's refusals are strategic and intentional. She does not say no impulsively or defensively. She evaluates each situation carefully, considering its impact on her life and her well-being. This measured approach ensures that her refusals are respected and understood rather than misinterpreted as rudeness or rejection. In the context of dating, saying no might take many forms: refusing to compromise on personal values, refusing to tolerate disrespect or manipulation, refusing to prioritize someone else's convenience over her own needs, or refusing to engage in behaviors that feel uncomfortable or inauthentic. Each refusal communicates a subtle yet powerful message. She values herself and will not compromise for temporary gratification or superficial approval. Moreover, a smart woman recognizes that refusal is a form of empowerment. By asserting her choices and limits, she maintains control over her life and her emotional landscape. She does not wait for others to dictate what is acceptable or permissible. She sets the terms and communicates them with confidence. This sense of agency is deeply attractive to men because it reflects stability, self-assurance, and inner strength. Men are instinctively drawn to women who command respect not through force but through their clarity, decisiveness, and adherence to their principles. Saying no also strengthens a woman's sense of self-worth. Each time she refuses to engage in something that undermines her, she reinforces the belief that her needs and values are legitimate, important, and worthy of protection. This reinforcement builds confidence, which radiates outward and enhances her overall presence. A man who recognizes this confidence is more likely to admire, respect, and desire a partnership with her, understanding that she is not easily swayed by charm, pressure, or superficial appeal. A smart woman also understands the delicate balance between saying no and remaining open to opportunity. Refusal is not about closing herself off from experiences or relationships. It is about making conscious choices that align with her vision for life and love. She is discerning, not rigid, intentional, not reactive. She evaluates the intentions, character, and actions of those around her, using her refusals as guideposts to navigate her social and romantic landscape. Emotional intelligence plays a critical role in this process. She recognizes her triggers, understands her desires, and anticipates the consequences of her decisions. This awareness allows her to refuse gracefully without unnecessary conflict, guilt, or emotional turbulence. By mastering the art of strategic refusal, she ensures that her interactions are respectful, meaningful, and conducive to building authentic connections. Refusal also communicates self-respect in subtle yet powerful ways. A smart woman does not need to vocalize her standards constantly. Her actions and choices speak volumes. When she says no to behavior, requests, or situations that are misaligned with her values, she demonstrates that she respects herself and expects the same from others. This quiet assertion of standards is often more compelling than overt declarations, drawing men who value integrity, discernment, and emotional maturity. In the broader context of life, saying no cultivates independence and resilience. A woman who practices selective refusal develops the ability to navigate challenges, confront pressures, and manage expectations without compromising her core values. She learns to trust her intuition, make decisions confidently, and prioritize her growth and well-being. This strength naturally enhances her attractiveness, as men are drawn to partners who are self-sufficient, capable, and principled. A smart woman's refusals are also instructive to those around her. They set an example of how to maintain dignity, protect personal boundaries, and approach relationships with intentionality. Her clarity in refusing what is not right teaches others, consciously or unconsciously, that authentic connection requires respect, effort, and alignment of values. Men who are serious about forming a meaningful partnership recognize and appreciate this. Furthermore, saying no allows a woman to maintain emotional clarity and avoid entanglement in situations that could lead to confusion, heartbreak, or wasted energy. By refusing what is not in her best interest, she preserves her emotional resources for connections that are genuine, fulfilling, and aligned with her life goals. It is a preventative measure as much as it is an assertive stance, ensuring that she does not sacrifice long-term happiness for short-term comfort or validation. The power of refusal is amplified when combined with self-confidence, assertiveness, and strategic communication. A smart woman articulates her refusals clearly and respectfully, ensuring that her intentions are understood. She does not rely on passive resistance or ambiguous signals, which can lead to misunderstandings or frustration. Instead, her no is deliberate, firm, and free from apology when it involves protecting her dignity or adhering to her principles. In relationships, saying no serves as a filter for compatibility. Men who respect her boundaries, values, and decisions are naturally inclined to engage sincerely and invest in a partnership that is mutually enriching. Those who attempt to challenge, manipulate, or disregard her refusals reveal themselves as incompatible, allowing her to redirect her focus toward individuals who are aligned with her vision of love and respect. Ultimately, saying no is a form of self-empowerment that strengthens a woman's ability to attract the right man. It is not about creating distance or being difficult. It is about asserting clarity, protecting self-worth, and creating space for authentic connection. A smart woman understands that the right man is drawn not to a woman who pleases everyone or bends to expectations, but to one who stands firm in her values, communicates her needs, and refuses what does not serve her life or her heart. Her selective refusals create an aura of confidence, integrity, and discernment that is magnetic, ensuring that the love she attracts is meaningful, respectful, and lasting. Saying no becomes a signature of her character, a reflection of her intelligence, and a guiding principle in navigating relationships and life choices. Through this practice, she cultivates a life and a love that is intentional, rewarding, and aligned with her true self.